Okay, to go over the tools we're gonna need today, we're gonna need a drill. We're gonna need our torch, 3/8 drill bit, 4 3-inch screws or bolts, pair of pliers, 5/16 by 12-inch steel rod, stainless steel, a Sharpie, something that is the diameter of the hook you're gonna make. So we're making a 3-inch Gaff hook, so this happens to be 3 inches. I'm sure my wife's thrilled that I'm using this. Pair of gloves to try not to burn your hands a little bit, and then the board that we're gonna use for the jig. Okay, so here we have drawn our jig pattern. We have our bolt holes drilled in already. Use that 3/8 inch drill bit. All I did here was kind of draw out what the shape of the gaff is gonna be. This one's just gonna hold it in place so we can heat it up, bend the hook through. And this is a 3-inch diameter gaff. So this is 3 inches right there. Okay, so we're just gonna take the bolts and put them in through our pattern here, build up our jig. All right, so we got all these bolts nice and tightened down now. What we're gonna end up doing, we're gonna heat this rod up, we're gonna slide it in here. Once it's hot, we're just gonna, while wearing gloves of course, we're just gonna bend this guy around there, try to get that shape we need. Get our torch going. All right, now that I probably got it hot enough here, we're gonna shut this off. Take it out of the vise here. Put her in the jig. And start bending her around. All right. Put it back in there and heat her up again. Little by little here. Again, take it out of the vise, screw back in. All right, we're getting a little closer. Back in the jig. Again, just bring her around. That time we got it pretty much where we want it. All right, so we got that rough shape of our gaff now. Trying to get her out of the jig here. The other thing we want to make sure is that it's pretty straight. Looks like it's got a little bit of a bend to it right now, so we can fix that. Okay, last thing I'm gonna do here is just take that bend out. So that should just be able to tweak her back over here. All right, there we have it. We got our hook shape that we needed. Next steps are gonna be sharpening a point on this guy and then bending this tip too back so we have something to stick into the actual handle of the gaff. All right, heat her up again. Our gaff hook. Got a lot of sharpening to do, but that'll be next. Okay, so we went and got our piece of Calcutta Bamboo, got it picked up from Frank's Cane and Rush Supply in Huntington Beach, California. Happens to be really close to me, so easy for me, but you can order online if you need to. It's about a 1-inch diameter piece, so around 4 feet long. So next step is going to be to sand this guy before we epoxy it. So we're just going to use an orbital sander here. Let's get at it. Okay, so to epoxy the bamboo here, we got some G-Flex from West Systems. Gonna mix this up 1:1 inside this can here. And coat this piece of bamboo that we sanded. It's like coating it before we drill the hole in it, try to give it extra strength. Okay, so here we have our gaff hook that we made. Use it on this end. This is the narrower end of the gaff. Kind of want to see here where it comes. This little bend right here we want to put right at the top there. And then find where the center of this is. Grab our Sharpie. Just make a simple mark and we'll drill that hole. Okay, so I ended up using this file here to get this little part down a little bit to make it fit a little better, and use this smaller file to get in here to sand that down a little bit. Now if you take a look here, we have a pretty good fit. So the next step's going to be to clamp this guy down. I got some spring clamps laying around, and we'll put a coat of epoxy in the hole and through this gap here to really bond it to the bamboo. Okay, so we're back at it here. We now have this gaff hook nice and epoxied on there. It's a good strong bond. So now today we're gonna do the wrap from here down just to really get that on there, and we'll epoxy that paracord on there when we're done wrapping. Here we have our gaff. We got that top wrap now. It's pretty tight. We're gonna end up going upstairs and pouring some boiling water on it to get even tighter, and then after that I'll epoxy it. Took some boiling water and poured it over our wrap here, got it nice and tight. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take some of that epoxy again, that West Systems G-Flex, mix it up a batch here and put that on there and let it dry. So the handle wrap's all finished up. You get a Turk's head down here, another Turk's head here, and the spiral wrap going through. I'll post a link in the description on the video that I used to actually do this wrap. Now that the wrap is all done, we're just gonna do a coat of epoxy on it, and that'll be it. Here is our finished gaff. Got it all epoxied up. Cork the bottom of it. Also cork the top. A little cork there that'll put a string to tie to, but this is it. Finished gaff. Can't wait to use it.